Twila.
And I'm Natalie.
And this is Twila and Natalie.
We're going to discuss the joys, the pitfalls of being grown women. We're going to do a little mini show today based on topics that we want to chat about or topics brought to our attention from our listeners.
Indeed. So this week we're going to talk about this particular question. What do you still want to learn?
Yes.
You should probably explain that.
Yeah. So we're kind of, we are women of a certain age. I am 47.
44.
Yeah. And it's, I'm at a point in my life where I have raised my kids. I have a grandchild. What is it I still want to learn? Are there things there's things that I come across that I think, gosh, I can't believe I never learned how to do that. Or maybe that's something I want to learn how to do. Everything from things you would think, I know many of you probably assume that I am a wizard when it comes to money and managing it. I am not.
That's all right.
But for example, for me, that's one of them. I was married for a very long time where my husband handled a lot of the things in regard to our finances. And so I never really took charge of that. And now doing it, I'm learning about it and how to, making money, managing money, what to do with it, what bills you pay first. The world of finance. Turns out there's this whole world, Twila, that's not even just about paying bills. It's about investing money.
Oh, I got you. Like the difference between wanting to be rich and wanting to be wealthy. There's an old Chris Rock joke where he says, Oprah is rich. The person who writes Oprah's check is wealthy. Right? So there's a point you can reach where you have money, but there's a point you reach where you understand money in order to sort of keep it going.
Yeah, I'm working on both. I'd like to have money and I'd like to understand money.
You know what? Now, strangely enough, that is I've probably spent some time trying to learn how to understand and manage money more just because I have kids that I want to send to college and it'd be nice to pay for it. But as I get increasingly older, the things I want to learn are far less attached to when I was young, there were things I wanted to learn how to do because I wanted to have sort of certain possessions. I wanted to have certain things. And now that I'm getting older, the things I want to learn are much more esoteric. I want to have more peace in my life. Why do we laugh when I say that? That's not fair.
Because I know it's something that you've worked towards. It's an ongoing thing.
Yeah, and I'm not good at it.
Well, I'm proud of you, though, because you have gotten better at it. When's the last time you took your bat out of your car?
That's fair.
It's probably been a while.
That is a fair point.
And I hear you talking about, not creating a rift when your husband says something you're picking your battles and you're letting things go more.
Yeah, I'm trying.
That's huge growth.
Isn't it? I'm an actual grown ass adult.
Yeah, it is.
It's
and
nice.
And it kind of makes sense though that you would say that because you and I had, to make a sports reference, because I love to.
Yeah, let's see if we can recognize what sport this is from.
I'm playing the hole backwards. So
what?
Yeah, this was explained to me the other day.
Okay, you gotta explain this to me because I have no idea what you're talking about.
When you play golf, usually you swing and you hit the ball and you want to hit it really far.
Right.
Then when you get close to the hole, which I think is also called the pin, I'm not sure. Or the pin is what you put in the hole. I don't know. But when you get close, you're more punting and you're hitting it, shorter distances.
Now you're making football references within your golf.
Oh, yes. Not punting, putting.
Okay, putting. Okay, thank you.
Why I always want to use sports references and I know nothing about it. I don't know.
It just entertains me when you make the sports references because you always invariably mix up two sports. And then we have a moment where we're like, wait, what are we talking about?
Exactly. So you hit it far and long in the beginning of your life because it was before kids and all that.
Yeah,
and you were just going for it. I'm hitting it far and long now. And for me, it was shorter earlier because I was raising kids. I had kids when I was 19. You had kids later in life.
Yeah, like 30.
Yeah. So in some ways, it's kind of like we switch a little bit.
Oh.
So some of the things that you would have done or learned about earlier in life, you did. But because my primary focus was my children and raising my kids and being unhappy in a controlling religious organization, I was pretty focused on that. But now I'm learning all those things later.
Okay. No, I get that. I think that was a very concise way of putting it.
Yeah, with the golf reference.
Yeah. Well, the golf/football.
Yeah. But think about it. And I have friends, too, who are learning how to do things. And here's one thing I'm finding interesting that I'm seeing people are learning how to do are more of the lost domestic arts, if you will. Knitting.
Yeah, nope.
I have a daughter who does cross stitching.
Yeah, nope.
Yeah, but you think about it, though. not that many people do them, let alone the younger generation.
Why are we taking all that?
It's an art, Twila. It's nice to have something
mind
in
you,
your
I'm saying
house.
this, and then my very good friend is going to listen to this, and I'm going to get a nasty call, like, excuse you, because she loves crafts and everything crafty.
Yeah.
And I usually love finding crafts for her to do for me, because I don't want to do them. I feel like there's something relaxing and calming about that, and that's why people take that up, because their brains are so busy, and you kind of turn your brain off when you're cross stitching or doing things
or
like
knitting.
that. But you know me, I don't like to turn my brain off.
No, you don't.
Any of these kind of repetitive activities that are supposed to make you go into a Zen place just feel like they're messing with the core of my nature. And I'm like, nope, that's okay. Y'all can keep your knitting needles. I will buy you things. You can make me lots of pretty things. I love an embroidered pillow with a curse word on it. That's fine. But I have no desire to like cross stitch or darn socks or any. None of that.
You just want to be off in the corner with your comic books.
Yeah, or argue with somebody, because I'm always happy to argue with somebody about something. I keep thinking, are there frivolous things I wanted to learn that I never learned as a young person? And I keep thinking, there's a few frivolous things I would like to learn.
Like what?
Like how to do choreography, because I'm really uncoordinated. And
so how to dance or how to actually do choreography?
Like how to actually dance choreography, because I'm uncoordinated.
Oh, yeah.
Which
they got YouTube videos for that. You
but
put it on.
Girl, have you seen my hand? I shouldn't do anything. I shouldn't even try.
You could do it with a busted up hand.
I probably shouldn't do anything.
You might not be able to pop and lock. Well, are they still calling it that?
I guess we'll have to ask the kiddos. No, I think anything that involves me possibly tripping over my two left feet is not a good idea. So I
like though that you have two left feet, but you're not stopping your desire to dance.
Well, yeah, I dance just to be absurd most of the time.
Are we talking like Napoleon Dynamite level dancing, or?
If that embarrasses my son, I'm all for it. Yeah.
Or Elaine on Seinfeld.
No, I can dance. Okay, wait. I should preface that. I can sort of dance.
Because it's the elephant in the room, I'm gonna say it. I'm black. Twila, you're black.
Yeah.
It's
shame of it's my mother's shame. My dad can't dance at all, and my dad's dance is what we like to call it the irk and jerk. Is because if he drinks E&J brandy, then he gets to thinking he can dance, and then it turns into a scene. But my mother had like incredible rhythm. Like my mother could dance any step, she could do anything you'd see in the movies or on TV. She could dance on roller skates.
Wow.
Like my mom was like amazing.
So you did not inherit this gene.
No, we got half. We got half the gene. Yeah. So that's the joke in our family, is that we all have half of them. So we can like keep up with the step, but if it gets complicated, then we just lose ourselves in it. And I got lucky. I married a man with half of them. So when we dance together, we make sense. When we dance apart, we don't. So we don't do that.
There's nothing worse, too, than thinking you can dance, though, and finding out that you actually can't.
Girl.
There's a member of my family whose name I'm not going to say.
But she'll know.
He or she.
Okay.
So this person thought this person was a great dancer. One day, this person in college saw this person's self in a mirror.
Oh, no. See,
never danced again.
See, that makes me feel bad, because I feel like that adage of like dance like no one's watching, it should be a real thing. Like,
oh, totally. You go to any wedding, you go to any party where people are dancing. 80-85% of the people there can't really dance. You're just having fun. It's just about feeling the music and moving. So that's what you should just focus on, Twila.
See, now I think that's something I've learned over time and want to continue to learn, is that I used to take myself far too seriously, and that would impact everything. Like I wouldn't be.
Oh, totally.
I wouldn't let myself look a certain way in front of people. I wouldn't do certain things in front of people. And as I've gotten older, it's just like, you know what, screw it. I only get one ride. I'm going to have some fun.
Yeah, and that's why learning to dance would be good for you, because if I could psychoanalyze you for a minute.
Oh, yeah, please do. you know you're always welcome to here. It's fine.
Let Dr. Natalie lay it out. Because you are such a perfectionist, and like you said earlier, your brain is always on. You are always working on things. You're always, dancing involves a vulnerability.
That's true.
And I could see how it would be more difficult to you to put your guard down and be perceived as anything less than, I'm going to cut you.
That's true. That's true.
So that's why this would be good for you to actually dance.
Don't get excited, y'all. Don't start thinking you're going to see me like around town dancing in public. It's not happening. It's really not happening.
I think that should be a goal. I think it should go on your birthday list.
No.
Dance in public.
I do dance in public if I go places with my friends where we're dancing. I dance at concerts.
Oh, my gosh. You should there's this local event fundraiser that's like dancing for the celebrities, but the local version of where we live.
No. Believe me, no, you don't. You don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. It involves asking people for money. We know I'm not doing that. It's not.
Yeah,
No,
like
it's not. No. And then my biggest fear when it comes to that kind of thing is you probably can't do it with your glasses on. Because, like, as soon as you start doing moves and stuff, they'll go flying someplace. And I can't do anything without my glasses because I'm blind as a bat.
Okay, so maybe we're setting the bar too high there.
Yeah, can we just like, yeah, let's just scroll it back to, like, I'll lead the line dance at the next wedding.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be the first person to start the cha-cha slide as opposed to the person that, like, gets in the back after 100 people have gotten on the floor. You know, like, I actually go in the front where you see me if I make the mistake or not and just, like, live with it as opposed to, like, sticking myself next to, like, the little old lady and pretend like I'm just showing her how to do it because I can't do things.
That's true.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. I can live with that.
Yeah. But I think the point, though, is it's important for us to, when you think about what you want to learn, whether it makes you uncomfortable or not, because the fact is, the things we still want to learn, there's a reason why we haven't learned it yet.
Okay.
For you, dancing, because it exposes your vulnerability.
No, really dig into that. Why? What do you mean? Like, what does that mean?
Well, like, why? Why didn't we, if things that we really feel passionate about learning? I mean, let's take my example for learning how to manage money and fiscally, take care of my life that way.
Yeah.
I never learned it. I was in a position, the role I played in my life did not involve doing that. I could have, though. And I think a lot of it was just having the confidence to do it and make those decisions. I always have felt like I've been taken care of to a degree.
Yeah.
And so when someone else is taking care of that, it seems like a really grown-up thing to do and trust my own decisions in it. And that's why I think it's, for me now, I'm finally doing it because I trust my decisions and I have more of the confidence to do it that I didn't have before. Because now I'm in my 40s and I'm convinced I'm fabulous.
Well,
so it's easier.
Listen, that's why we like our 40s so much. You really can't tell us we're not fantastic.
We are fabulous.
No, I think that's really an important thing. The idea of that, the idea that that there was a reason why, and looking at the why of the thing you didn't pursue. Because now that I'm thinking of, like, the things I didn't learn that I wanted to learn, what was the thing that held me back from learning it? And I can tell you with under almost every condition, it was either something that had to do with not wanting to make somebody else feel uncomfortable, sort of like ceding a power, my own personal power to them so that they wouldn't feel uncomfortable or vulnerable in front of me.
Sure.
Or fear. There's really only two things.
Yeah. So I think kind of it boils down, this topic is really more about, facing your fear of the things you want to learn, you want to do, but you've just never done it. Whether it's learning a foreign language, and it's so easy to say, well, I just haven't had the time. Well, we all have the same 24 hours in a day.
As Beyonce.
Exactly. And look what Beyonce does.
Yeah, seriously.
Exactly. But it's really about making it a priority. It's prioritizing it. If it's important enough to you to learn, you'll make it a priority.
Yeah, you make it a priority and you'll learn it.
Yeah.
Well,
and I think that's part
bad. Like, there's things I have to go do now.
You feel bad because you haven't been dancing.
Well, yeah, and I don't know 3 languages, and I don't cook that. I cook.
Well,
okay.
neither did I. And cooking, I've learned how to cook in the last few years.
I did teach myself how to cook. I did not cook. I could not cook anything more than what would go in a toaster oven. And then when I was 36, I taught myself how to cook, and now I can cook everything, even things I don't eat. So,
yeah, and they're really, today, we live in a day and age, people, where there's almost no excuse for us not to learn what we want to learn.
That
you can
is
Google
so
it. You
true.
can look it up on YouTube.
That's true.
We don't have to bike to the library anymore and go find a book on how to put a bra on.
Hey. Don't knock biking to the library. Some of us still like books.
No, but I'm saying it's at our fingertips.
Yeah, that's true.
You can even order the book and have the book arrive.
That's
but
true.
There's nothing that, I remember, so my oldest is 27, and she was the generation who grew up, and I remember when she was a kid, where she would just say, she would stop herself. She'd go, Mom, never mind, I'll just Google it. And I'm
true.
like, what?
My kids don't even ask that. They just go
it's like you're listening to the internet before me and how I'm telling you to do this. And I think that's part of it's part of the process, having different sources to learn something from. But there's more, I feel, maybe some of these things that we talk about, especially with the throwback, the domestic arts, those things that maybe we don't learn as much. And I wonder how much of it is because we're not learning as much from our kids aren't learning as much from us sometimes as much as they are the internet.
Yeah, that's true. The things that used to get passed down don't get passed down the same.
But at the same time, they have so much more. There's so much more that they can learn. There's so much more access to it. On demand. Everything is on demand. You can learn a foreign language driving in the car.
That's true. I mean, it's nice that that's available to us. Yeah. I think now you're sort of hitting on the nail on the head on this idea of, like, even like, I guess I don't think as much about what I want to learn because I'm always focused on what I want to teach my children.
Sure.
And like I said, it goes back to all that esoteric stuff that I've been sort of floating around in the last like 5 years, which is, teaching them kindness, teaching them empathy, teaching them, to speak their minds, teaching them that they have their own power and they're allowed to exercise it, all of those things.
When you're in that focused age, the age that your kids are now, where that it's always important, but I mean, you have teenagers now. I mean, the good or the bad way, though, is what do they say? They are who they are by 7 or 9. So, you know what?
Girl, don't say that.
I don't know.
We're in trouble.
Hopefully none of them are super messed up, Twila, because you ran out of time.
Okay. Don't say that. 'Cause now I have
the window has closed.
Yeah.
You are stuck with who you have.
Now I'm concerned. No, I'm really concerned.
I don't actually believe that.
I hope it's not true because
I don't believe
they
that
were probably
for a minute.
the very worst of me at 7 and 9, and I can't. No,
I don't believe it because I know how I've changed as an adult. I know that the life changes, the views. Just the person I am is so different. I am not the person I was at 9.
You know what? That's sort of I think that's the perfect sort of hit the nail on the head to end this discussion. The idea that as an adult, we can even see now how much we've changed as we've become an adult.
Yeah.
And that idea that there's that growth and change is continually possible. Like that sort of that idea of if you're a curious person, you can stay curious for a lifetime. The ability to grow and to learn and to change and to sort of adapt can go on. We're not fixed at all. We're not fixed until we're cold in the ground.
Yeah. And I think it's when we stop trying to learn something new is when we start to die. Because what's left? When you think about it, you're either moving forward, you're moving back. Nothing stays the same. So we're either always learning. And you see people who are older, senior citizens, and I love it when they are still learning new things. For some of them, it's learning how to use Snapchat, learning how to play different card games, whatever it is, but they're still learning. And those are the ones you can tell where they're active and they're happy. They're improving their golf game, whatever it is they're pursuing in their later years.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then when you meet people who they've just stopped, there's nothing more for the world to offer them in their eyes is when it's such a difference. So maybe that's our kind of takeaway. I know it's mine of just that I want there to always be something that I want to know or always be something I want to learn.
I just want to dance. We'll work on that. Okay. In the meantime, we'll be back very soon with brand new episodes. You should definitely go check out the website. Go to matriarchdm.com. There is a Twila and Natalie page. You can listen to previous episodes. You can email the show now. There's an email address, hello@matriarchdm.com. We would love to hear from you.
Send Twila links to videos on how to dance.
Don't do that because then we won't get any work done because I'm seriously going to watch them all. Don't do that. In the meantime, we will see you soon. Thanks so much for